Coach, how much did playing back-to-back at altitude have to do with this?
Well, I think it's just a combination. We do, every team in the NBA knows when you come in here and try and play a game here, it's an adjustment. We train here in Colorado Springs preseason just to get us in a pretty good rhythm of conditioning, and it's always hard, But especially when you play a game the night before, you get in real late, But you had to play a controlled basketball game. I thought our passes were real, kind of shaky, which led to 25 points on 20 turnovers for us. Just wasn't sure, fatigue, whatever it might be. But that happens sometimes when you come into this building, and obviously they're going to get off to a fast start. That's a MO. And we just, first quarter, 39 points in the third quarter. The second quarter was kind of going to be here or there. Just started the first quarter of the game, and the start of the third quarter, you get up 69 points in those two quarters, 69 to 45. That's the ball game. If you keep an even game for the first quarter, maybe it equals out a little bit in the second quarter. Now you have a game. The first and third quarter were real for our team, and we didn't handle those.
Coach, in the second quarter, you went with your reserves and you didn't play Tyreek or DeMarcus at all in that quarter. What was the reasoning behind that?
We didn't play well in the first quarter, and I thought, sometime in the back-to-back and sometime in this place, building here, you need some other type of energy there. We didn't have anything. We were dead on the wire right there. So I went with that group. They got it down to, I think it was 13 at one time. And, so I chose to go with that group there. We just didn't have anything. There was nothing to our game transition. We couldn't get back on defense. And I thought the bench would come in and maybe close it down a little bit, get it to where it's a manageable number. And we weren't able to do that, so that was the reason behind that.
And just the turnovers in this during this streak, it's 20-plus, and another game where I think you've had probably more turnovers and assists. What's going on with that?
Well, I think cares with the basketball. Throwing into areas. I think the right decision is being made, but not the right pass is being made. You see the action where the ball. You see what the guys are trying to do on some occasion, but it's just not the right situation for that moment. So I think we turn the basketball over there. We probably over 100 turnovers now in probably the last 5 or 6 games for sure. And so just probably got to simplify things for our guys a little bit. Getting it too close. We're allowing spacing on our floor, trying to make passes to areas that just are not there. We'll correct it. We got some games that we can get ourselves back on track on this road trip. We knew this was going to be a very tough and difficult game no matter what, to start this road trip off. And now we get a chance, get a day off, collect ourselves again, and then get ourselves back on the floor. And it's play and get ready for our next ball game.
And then defensively, the numbers, points allowed have gone spiked during this stretch, and I know in transition points of the other team, I think they've gone up as well.
Well, as our turnovers are going up, it has pushed field goal percentage up, it's pushed points allowed up. Every aspect of the game has gone up based on those turnovers. That's what's killing us more than anything else, more than anything what the other teams are doing defensively, with our own self, not getting a chance to get a shot, as a hockey phrase, not a shot on goal. You turn the basketball over and you give this other team opportunity to run out and get high percentage scores on the other end. So somewhere we got to get that under control. We got to get the turnover bug out of what we're doing. And I think once we do that, when we were floating around 14, 11 turnovers in a game, we were in a game, or we were winning those games. And we got to get back to that number because that's when you have a manageable opportunity to win a game.
And what can you do to get it to where you're not down 10, 15 points so quick like you've been in some of these games lately?
Well, I think the turnover, if we can manage the turnovers, because that's the biggest thing. I think if you can manage the turnovers, because they're runouts. I felt tonight I was going to probably run out of timeouts trying to slow the tempo of the game down. But I think the first thing we start with, and I start with, is how to get us in a position to where they're good passing angles to the basket, good where the player can make the right catch and then the next pass on. I just think that overall, the turnover bug, we got to correct that first. More than anything else, more than any defensive scheme, more than any opponent opportunity of what they run. This is all about our basketball team and how we can take care of the basketball.
I think Marcus was a little fatigued tonight with the way he looked.
Well, I don't know if it was fatigue or just probably hit that wall or whatever. I don't know what it might be. But the pop wasn't there. And the teams are going to do things to take him out of a basketball game. This team did a good job of trying to front him. They came in trap, which forced some turnovers here and there over the last couple of games. Teams have done that. That's the next phase of his game, to where he has to move the basketball under the right circumstances to an open teammate. Now, a lot of teammates are not helping him out because they're not cutting at the right opportune time. So there's things we got to correct and try to clean up and get ourselves back on track, which I think there's some gains on this road trip that I think we're going to get.
How much did Denver's run in the first quarter take their team out emotionally in this game?
I don't think it took it out emotionally, but when you look up on that board and you see 39 up there, and you know you have to have a huge second quarter to get back under control, get it to 10, and then go in at half where it's maybe 12-point lead, and then now you should have your body a little bit. You run up down the floor. You should have adjusted a little bit to the altitude, and now you have a game in the third quarter. But we never got on track for that. So Denver, but we know Denver's going to get out to a fast start here at home. That's why their record at home is like it is. They're going to take advantage of teams coming in here, and they do that very well. But I think you have to have a slow, methodical quarter. You know, we tried to do that, but we turned the ball over trying to do that.